12th of May 2020. Good afternoon from Europe. Good morning, good evening, whatever you are, guys. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. And this is the mid-US session update. Europe went home already. We are going to go through a few charts. We will see what is going on and what might be interesting. Also, when we are going to check the calendar, right? Because especially from the dollar perspective, this week calendar, well, looks very very juicy, I would say. First thing first, euro dollar. Here we start with the weekly chart. So without the further delay, let's discuss euro dollar. All right. Well, market is trying to, because of today's move, that's gonna be visible in a second. Market is trying to move and hold above this week open, but we are still staying below previous week open. And you know, we are not gonna discover America when we say that for the last 5 weeks we've seen some kind of the range. Looks like market still wants to stay inside that range. So that's gonna be very interesting. It's better visible from the daily chart perspective. This kind of the consolidation. We've seen lately stops to the upside, right? Move to the downside. So looks like these stops and the swing low finishing the business, that could be the case. Strange thing is that last Thursday we haven't quite hit the we didn't finish the business. No over under, just few pips missed. Now we are testing post non-farm payrolls high. There is a little bit of the rejection. We are reacting around the top of that shadows. I'm going to look for selling opportunity, right? How I'm going to do that? Well, I want to see from the intraday perspective. I want to see early close below 108.55 and then eventually retest of this non-farm payroll high. So something like this: close, retest, lower, right? I'm still dollar positive. So the euro dollar is the heaviest when it comes to the dollar basket, right? So before we are going to continue euro dollar, let's have a look what we have from the calendar perspective. We already had few Fed members. We also had CPI and minus 0.8 month to month and minus 0.4 core month to month. Both were weaker what market was expecting, but food at homes, inflation there skyrocketed, right? You know, it's not that fascinating. So the news services are not caught that news yet, but it might be dollar positive at some point. Well, it's worth to monitor. But as I mentioned, I want to see some kind of the rejection, especially that we took out Monday high, right? So that's going to be another support. So in case of break below 0850, retest 0870, and based on this high, right, and continuation to the downside. If you are a bull when it comes to the euro dollar, of course, levels close to 770-750, that's where you are looking to or looking for buying opportunity, right? So we've been at this level earlier today, somewhere around the, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that was the Asian stop count move here, and then move higher, retest of latest weakness, continuation to the upside. I didn't participate in that. I'm still looking to buy dollar. Don't forget, guys, that you can monitor what I'm doing. You can monitor my trades. Link you can find to the to that account. You can find the description. Of course, there are 3 different strategies going on there. So not everything might be clear, but what is important that we are not only talking, we are also taking the action. All right. So overall, I would like to see, based on what we discussed pre-non-farm payrolls, we had the trading plan. So I want to see today's close below the open of that particular candle, right? Below. So we are fighting. We took out the stops based on the non-farm payrolls high, and we are pulling back. That's okay. I'm fine with that. So probably I'm going to wait a little bit, most probably till tomorrow, to take the advantage of that. So we know what happened. We know what happened today. Previously, within the next 20 minutes, we are within the next 15 minutes, we are going to have the 10-year bond auction in US. It's worth to monitor what's going to happen. Then during the Tokyo session, it might be very, very interesting from the New Zealand dollar perspective, RBNZ rate decision. All right. Then tomorrow morning European session, preliminary GDP when it comes to the UK industrial production, when it comes to the UK and Euro as well. Then PPI, producers inflation from the US, and that's what is most important. That's what might influence the dollar. Tomorrow at 3 we have a Powell, and then again evening 30-year bond auction in US. Thursday might be also interesting, this time from the Australian dollar perspective, as we have unemployment rate, employment change data coming in. Friday we have a very interesting afternoon with retail sales, capacity utilization rate, industrial production, Empire State manufacturing, and preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment. Plenty of data, but I think that Wednesday and Powell, that could be the key. That could eventually be the direction for the dollar. Also, we have to mention about President Trump tweet about the Fed, right? That how come still some countries can take the advantage of the negative interest rates? Trump said he wants negative interest rates, right? So market may want to try to play tricky ahead of the Powell, but I don't think we are going to see negative, but never say never, right? The next one is the dollar yen, especially from the weekly chart perspective. Nothing extraordinary, but going lower from the daily chart perspective, it looks very, very juicy, very, very interesting. The thing is, and the most important question is if the bulls are gonna be able to hold some certain levels, right? What I'm talking about? Yes, there you go. That's the latest weakness, right? So from here we fall through the very important support. It was some kind of the fall under own weight, and we were discussing this. Well, there was no follow through, to be honest with you, and yesterday market strongly got back above. So the key here might be weekly open, but I would say much more interesting thing is the whole zone of that weakness, right? So it depends where we are going to get the close, because instead of this actually we can do that way. That's what I'm talking about right now. That's the whole zone, not only weekly open, but the whole zone taking into the consideration this weakness is right now very, very important. So going lower in that case, we have I would say two nice levels I'm going to monitor very, very closely. The one is being tested right here, right now, all right, and we are talking about this 107.20 level over here. The only thing I'm scary a bit is this sharp drop. Yeah, it could be 1-to-1, but it's too sharp, especially what I was looking for, the second leg, right? I was like, oh, maybe we are going to see this type, not that sharp, right? This type of the move and then boom, right? It was too sharp, too steep. Well, but that's for sure the first level of possible support. There is one more, and maybe we are going to see that during the Tokyo hours, and that one is lower towards 106.85, and that's the zone over here, right? Maybe a little bit wider. So lower towards 106.85. That's the zone where we found some beats, and we went higher, right? So for now, as you remember, I've been talking that, well, if you want to look for selling opportunity when it comes to the dollar, it could be dollar yen, right? But for now, I'm going to hold my horses when it comes to the short dollar yen, and I want to see what is going on while we are above 107.20, 106.85. If you are going to get back below, then I might renew the approach from the short side, right? So we were discussing with this update, we discussed the most heaviest dollar pair when it comes to the dollar basket. So maybe the dollar yen is the final piece of the puzzle when it comes to the overall dollar strength, right? Because when the dollar yen was lower, it was the challenge for the dollar overall to go higher. With this latest move, yesterday move, maybe there is a chance we are going to see dollar overall higher. Bond auction, 10 years bond auction results shortly, and Powell tomorrow. Be careful, guys. If necessary, I'm going to get back with the update towards the end of the US session. It was my pleasure to be with you. Have a good one, guys. Don't be trapped. See you around.